a never-ending giant mountain of cash. The first few years, I wasn't even making money off YouTube.
It took me 75,000 views to make my first $100 off of YouTube.
Mr. Beast 6,000. It actually looks pretty good.
Look at that bad boy.
If you've been on YouTube before, you know who Jimmy, aka Mr. Beast, is.
This ginormous private island. I recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. I recreated every single set from Squid Game. This is the most expensive movie in the world.
So, I make videos.
And in this video, I'm gonna explain to you why Mr. Beast, the most famous YouTuber, is screwed financially.
Some months we're spending like $4 or $5 million on videos.
3,000 square feet. We can just build sets. We can do whatever we want. Literally what everyone says when they come in here. They're like, for YouTube?
So there's been multiple interviews where Jimmy goes on podcasts and he basically says his #1 goal in life is to make the best YouTube videos possible at all costs.
Grind and you grind year after year after year after year. It definitely does hit you, but I had more reasons than just wanting to be famous or just wanting money. But I just really like making videos.
He doesn't care about the money. He doesn't care about the fame. He just wants to make the best YouTube videos ever and get the most subscribers.
Just hit 100 million subscribers, and from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone that subscribed.
Now, while that's an awesome goal, it comes with a pretty hefty cost and price, and it could be screwing him financially in the long term. I'm gonna explain to you what that is and how he could possibly improve. So Jimmy, if you're seeing this, take a little piece of advice, please. In this interview right here, he doesn't care about how much he's spending per video. As long as it gets views and it gets a lot of views, that's all he cares about. He doesn't even care if he makes money. So look, check out the video and see exactly what he's saying.
What was your relationship to money when you were growing up?
Yeah, it's not like I was like worrying where my next meal would come from, but we weren't the most well off.
But did you desire money like when you were younger?
I've always
14,
won
15?
money so I can make better videos, so I can grow my channel. Yeah.
So while Mr. Beast has built probably one of the most powerful platforms in the entire world, I think he has the second most subscribers on all of YouTube behind PewDiePie, got 100 million plus subscribers, there's a problem with his business model. Mr. Beast's entire channel and all of his other channels are solely based on Mr. Beast. And what problem that causes financially is there's not a lot of enterprise value there, because God forbid, if something happens to Mr. Beast today, he gets hit by a bus, basically his business that is probably worth hundreds of millions of dollars goes significantly down in value because they can't make more videos without Jimmy. Jimmy is the star of every single video. So when you're building a business like this, your enterprise value, when it depends on your face, you can't really build a substantial business that you can sell one day and cash out. In the clip that I showed you earlier where Mr. Beast is making 4 or 5 million a month and he's spending 4 or 5 million a month. Yes, while his business is growing, his staff is growing, he's growing his facilities, right?
Just kept going and reinvesting.
I just bought this brand new studio and 100 acres of land around it.
He's spending everything he's making just to grow his platform. Now, if all Jimmy did, let's say he makes 5 million a month, right, from you, if he just took 10%, a little small sliver, and just put that away and invested it somewhere else, whether it's in stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, real estate, and he just invested 500 grand, 10% of what he's making, I'm sure he's making a lot more than just 5 million, but if he just takes a little sliver every single month and puts it aside into an investment vehicle, he'll still have $4.5 million to invest in his YouTube videos back into his business and keep growing that. And that'll lead to $6 million a year of invested capital. And over time, 10 years, that's $60 million of just the cash. Let's say he just saved it. He'd have $60 million in cash, but if he invested it compounding year over year, right, it's gonna be a lot more than $60 million. So the one thing he needs to do is just keep in mind, right, I'm sure his business is not gonna last forever. Businesses don't last forever. They're constantly evolving, especially one that's solely dependent on his face, Mr. Beast himself. So if he just takes a little piece and invests it into a little side account every single month, just a little tiny piece, even if it was 5%, that's 250 grand, right? That'll make a life-changing amount of money over the next 10 years. So that's why Mr. Beast is financially screwed if he's not already doing this. He says he doesn't do this. He says he doesn't care about the money.
More reasons than just wanting to be famous or just wanting money.
And all he wants to do is make the best YouTube videos possible. And while that's an awesome goal, right, you gotta be taking care of yourself financially. I personally think he has to have someone on the sidelines, a money manager. He said his mom handles his money. They have to be investing a little piece to make sure he's not gonna go broke one day, because at the churn rate and the burn rate he's bringing in cash and then spending it to make the best YouTube videos, it's pretty unsustainable.
Hey, Netflix, how much would you pay me? Like, for the last like 8 or 9 years, like every dollar I've made, I just spent it the next month on content. And I just did that every single month, and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and here we are.
if he doesn't start putting money away and saving for his future. I know that may seem kind of shitty. That's what you have to do to survive in the business game. Like the biggest successful billionaires and business guys, they take the more conservative route usually and put some stuff away as they're stacking cash in their business. That's the entire goal.